जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. We are reading from Canto 12, Chapter 11, verse number 1 to 5, but we will recite only the first verse. 12.11.1. Sri Saunaka Uvacha Atemam Artham Pruchamo Bhavantam Bahuvittamam Samastatantra Radhante Bhavan Bhagavata Tattvaved. Artemam Artham Pruchamo Bhavantam Bahuvittamam Samastatantra Radhante Bhavan Bhagavata Tattvaved. Sri Saunaka Uvacha Atemam Ardham Pruchamo Bhavantam Bahuvittamam Samastatantra Radhante Bhavan Bhagavata Tattvaved. Word to word meaning. Sri Saunaka Uvacha. Sri Saunaka said, Ata, now, Imam, this, Artham, matter, Pruchamaha, we are inquiring about. Bhavantam, from you. Bahuvittamam, the possessor of the broadest knowledge. Samasta, of all. Tantra, the scriptures prescribing practical methods of worship. Radha Ante, in the definitive conclusions. Bhavan, you, Bhagavata, O great devotee of the Supreme Lord. Tattvavid, the knower of the essential facts. Translation. Sri Saunaka said, O Suta, you are the best of learned men and a great devotee of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, we now inquire from you about the definitive conclusion of all Tantra scriptures. We'll read text up to 5, text 2 and 3. Tantrika परिचर्यायां केवलस्य श्रियः पते अंगोपांग युधा कल्पं कल्पयन्ति यदाचयै तन्नो वर्णाय भद्रं ते क्रिया योगं बभूत्सतां येन क्रिया नैपुण्येन मर्त्यो यायाद अमर्त्यताम्. Fourth verse. Sota uvacha Namaskritya Gurun Vakshe Vibhutir Vaishnavir Api Ya Prokta Veda Tantrabhyam Acharyai Padmajadibihi. Fifth verse. Mayadyair Navabhistatvai Savikara Mayo Virat Nirmito Drusyate Yatra Sachikte Bhuvanatrayam. The translations from 2 to 5. All good fortune to you. Please explain to us, who are very eager to learn, the process of Kriya Yoga practiced through regulated worship of the Transcendental Lord, the husband of the Goddess of Fortune. Please also explain how the Lord's devotees conceive of his limbs, associates, weapons and ornaments in terms of particular material representations. By expertly worshipping the Supreme Lord, a mortal can attain immortality. Fourth verse, Suta Goswami said, offering obeisances to my spiritual masters, I shall repeat to you the description of the opulences of the Lord, of Lord Vishnu given in the Vedas and Tantra by great authorities, beginning from lotus-born Brahma. Fifth verse, the universal form Virat of the personality of Godhead includes the 9 basic elements of creation, starting with the unmanifest nature and their subsequent transformations. Once this universal form is instilled with consciousness, the 3 planetary systems become visible within it. Purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The 9 basic elements of creation are Prakriti, Sutra, Mahatattva, false ego and the 5 subtle perceptions. The transformations are the 11 senses and the 5 gross material elements. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chekshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for attending this Srimad Bhagavatam class. So in this 12th canto, we can see we are almost reaching the end of the 12th canto. At the end of 9th canto, 9.22, 9th canto, 22nd chapter, Maitreya, Sukadeva Goswami describes the dynasties of Jarasandha, the descendants of Jarasandha. So within that dynasty, one person comes, Puranjaya, who is also called as Ripunjaya. So then in 9.23-24, Sukadeva Goswami describes the dynasties of the descendants of Yayati. In that connection, it was described about the Parikshit asked so many questions. Please describe more about Krishna. So the whole 10th canto is described about the Krishna's pastimes, about Krishna's wives, children, and what all pastimes he did in Vrindavan, Mathura, and Dwaraka. So all these describing. And in the 11th canto, again Parikshit asked, I want to hear about the disappearance of Krishna. So the whole thing, again, 11th canto is about disappearance of Krishna. So in the 12th canto, Parikshit did not ask any questions. So Sukadeva Goswami going back to 9th canto, 22nd chapter, where he left the dynasty. So he continued to describe Puranjaya, he has this descendant. So we can see how 2 cantos back, what Sukadeva Goswami was describing, and he left it up there because Parikshit asked some questions. When Parikshit did not ask question, he again going back to what he was describing 2 cantos back and continuing. This we can see even in the 6th canto also. 6th canto, Daksha has 60 daughters. So he was describing about the 60 daughters' descendants. And in connection with one of the daughter, the Vishwarup comes. Vishwarup is offering and Twasta created a demon Vrutrasura. So Parikshit asks, okay, why he became a devotee. Then Chitraketu pastime. Everything is described and Parikshit is satisfied. Then Sukadeva Goswami again goes back what he was describing 7-8 chapters before. And he starts again describing the remaining daughters of the Daksha. So in our case, in my case, if someone asks question, I answer the question. And after that, I will ask them, audience, what we were discussing before you ask this particular question. But here, Sukadeva Goswami, even after 2 cantos are over, he was again going back to the original, what he was continuing. He took a detour and again he goes back to the original theme that he was describing. So he was describing the Puranjaya's descendants, and then from Puranjaya descendants, many kings appear, and after certain time, a stage comes where multiple rulers are ruling the earth simultaneously. So that is where he stops and he describes the symptoms of Kali Yuga. And to evoke detachment in Parikshit Maharaj, the Bhumi Gita was described, how so many kings came and went, no one remained here. And the annihilation pastimes are also described, 4 kinds of annihilation. Then Parikshit Maharaj, he gives up the body. After he gives up the body, Takshak comes and bites the mortal body of the Parikshit. Then before that only Sukadeva Goswami, after describing, he describes the jnana to cover the bhakti. And then he leaves without taking any dakshina. Then Parikshit Maharaj gives up the body. After that, we can see Suta Goswami is telling, by the mercy of the Lord, I am able to remember this Samhita, this Bhagavata Samhita. By the mercy of the Lord, I remembered it and I described it. So immediately the Saunakadi Rishis ask, can you please tell all the Samhitas that are there? So in that connection, all the division of the Vedas are described, 18 Puranas are described. While describing the 18 Puranas, one of the Purana name is Markandeya Purana. By hearing the name of Markandeya Purana, again they ask question, can you please tell what Markandeya story? Then Markandeya story is described, that Markandeya, how he want to see the dissolution and how Lord Shiva meets him and glorifies him. That we have seen till yesterday. And here they are asking, Markandeya Rishi is expert in tantric worship. So can you please tell us what is that tantra, that Kriya Yoga or tantra worship? So that will be described in this particular chapter, 12.11. And in the next 2 chapters will be summary of the Bhagavatam. So here in the first verse itself, it is mentioned, Sri Saunaka Vacha, we are asking you, you are the best of learned men and a great devotee of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, we now inquire from you about the definitive conclusions of all the Tantra scriptures. Why they are asking Tantra scriptures? Because Markandeya Rishi is expert in the Tantra scriptures. And one more thing there is Tattvabit. You are the knower of the essential facts. Tattvam. So you are the knower of the Tattvam. So this is, in English, the word is philosopher. Tattvaveta. Tattvaveta in English it is philosopher. But what exactly the Tattvam means? Tat means that. So generally in English we say whatever which is near we call this, and what is far away we call it as that. So this means whatever we are seeing, I am seeing my body. So this is idam. Idam Siriram it is called. Or this world I am seeing. This is also called idam Ishavasyam idam Sarvam. So whatever we are seeing called this, that is idam. What we are not seeing called tat. That is how all the Upanishads say. Tattvamasi or Tadvijnanardam Sagurame Vabhigachet. So they don't clearly say that is Supreme Lord. They say tat, that. What is that? What we can't see. That is the spiritual world, Supreme Lord or the spirit soul. These are all referred as tat because we can't see them with our senses. So tvam means ness. Ness means like childishness or the balatvam. Balatvam means childishness or manusyatvam. So during Corona, because one person died because of the Corona, and the family members are not ready to take the body, not ready to touch the body. They called a JCB and they carried the body using JCB to the burial ground. So there it is mentioned, manusyatvam is burned to ashes, like that they say, means basically the nature of the humans or nature of the children, balatvam, manusyatvam. So here tattvam means nature of that. What? Nature of the soul, nature of the super soul, or nature of the spiritual world. That is called tattvam. So who knows that is called tattvaveta. Who knows the knowledge about the Lord, knowledge about the soul, knowledge about the spiritual world is called tattvaveta. Otherwise, here in this world also we can see PhD means philosopher of, doctor of philosopher, doctorate of philosopher. So that is philosophy, but it is not about the Lord or about the soul or about the spiritual world. It is something about this material world only, something like how to last the soap bubble for long time. So that kind of PhD is useful for this world, but it can't be called as the philosophy. Because as per scripture, philosophy means something about the Supreme Lord or about the spiritual world. That's why once when Srila Prabhupada was in Vishakhapatnam, one American anthropologist, he comes and meets Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada asked him, what do you do? He told, I study the primitive people. Then Prabhupada told, actually you are wasting time. What is the point in studying primitive people? So there is one person, he roasted the corn and he was taking one dana and eating. Like that he spent few hours because he has nothing to do. So Prabhupada told, you also want to waste time, you can do this study the primitive people, but you want actually use your life, study exalted people. There are from whom you can learn something. So that is here we can see these sages, they are telling, we are eager to hear. We are very eager to hear these pastimes. Please describe us. So one devotee, he was giving a program, online platform, and he joined a correct time. And he went to the participant list and saw only one person is there, that is he himself. Immediately he felt, he told, I am very disappointed. So, but here we see the sages, they are saying, we are very eager to hear. This is repeatedly comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So many places, sometimes the Saunakad rishis, they say, Sota Sota Mahabhago. So they say that they are so eager, they are telling his name twice. And again, we can see the whole third and fourth cantos. They are the discussion between the Vidura and Maitreya. So Vidura tells, who are the children of Kardama and Devahuti? I am very eager to learn. Please describe all those things. And again, Parikshit Maharaj also, many places he tells the Sukadeva Goswami, I am very eager to learn. Please tell about Krishna, whatever I have asked. Even if something I have not asked, please tell that also. That is how they are very, very eager to hear. So here we can see in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, the qualification of speaker and qualification of hearer are given. Qualification of speaker is free from sinful acts and also learned in scriptures and coming in parampara. Whereas the qualification of hearer is eager to hear. He should be very eager to hear and also ask questions in a respectful way. And also one more preacher, he was telling, they should also have some minimum intelligence also. Like qualification of, he is telling that he was telling a pastime of Ajamila, and he was telling how Ajamila, he saw only one particular incident and he degraded. But we see so many times in TV and all, we switch on TV, but the Ajamila never switched on TV. Then one of the audience asked a question, during Ajamila time, TV exists, so like that. That kind of questions are not expected. So some kind of minimum basic intelligence also required. So we need to hear these pastimes of the Lord. For what purpose? Because it is mentioned, Tatapi kirtaya manga yatamati yatasrutam kirtim hare swam satkartum giram anyabhidasatim. So it is mentioned that if we don't describe the pastimes of the Lord, then the tongue becomes unchaste. So for so many lifetimes, we used the same tongue, which is described so many other things. So at least here we can try to use bring it back, that tongue, because that is next verse tells, Ekantalabam vachaso anupumsam susloka mauler gunavada mahu Srutecha vidvad virupakrutayam kata sudayam upasamprayogam. Because that is the only gain for the words. Only gain for the words is tongue is to use it susloka mauler gunava to describe the pastimes of the Lord. Similarly, for the ears also, the only gain is to hear the pastimes of the Lord. In that way, we have all these pastimes, so we can use it for the, because Krishna, whatever we are attached, Krishna also comes in the human form and try to do similar kind of pastimes, so that we get attached. We may like adventure, we may like fun. So Krishna Lila also have all those things, so that we can get attracted to those particular things. So there is one pastime where Krishna is shifting from the Gokul Mahavan to Vrindavan. At that time, on the way, he was asking various things. What is that animal? They told it is lion. So there is similar animal which don't have any hair, that is lioness, the wife of the lion. Then what are those two birds? That is he peacock, she peacock. And Krishna started crying, oh, everyone has the lion, has lioness. He peacock got she peacock. I don't have anyone. So then next, after some time, they stopped at a place, big banyan tree. They are all sitting there. Then they told Krishna, you select someone, one gopi you select, whomever you like. So Krishna went and sat on one old lady's lap. So everyone started laughing and telling, you want to marry her? Yes, she don't have teeth, I also don't have teeth. We are made for each other, like that. So in Krishna Lila also, adventure is there, fun is there, everything is there. But only thing is, when we hear those pastimes, the Raja Tamaguna will go subsided. But if we do the same things to the regular other pastimes, they agitate our mind. So we can see that it is mentioned that Krishna's Leela, like a parrots, that in childhood we see that with made of sugar, with sugar, pork, they make the parrot, scorpion, and many other, we can directly eat them. So if we keep one of that scorpion in the water, water becomes sweet. But if we bring the real scorpion and keep, then it becomes the poisonous, that water. So similarly, these pastimes of the Lord, they are actually they good for us. But when we hear those same adventure and other pastimes of this material world, they actually agitate over the material modes. That's why, but why we are not feeling taste to hear those? Because the conditioned soul don't want to hear something which is against his established philosophy. Already he has a philosophy that I am the enjoyer, I am the center of the universe. But scripture say that Krishna is the center of universe. So immediately he doesn't like that. So whatever it is, not only scriptures, even anything which is against a philosophy of the person, he doesn't accept. One person, he was very much addicted to intoxication. So his wife, if I tell him directly, he may feel bad. She kept one newspaper below his pillow, thinking that in that newspaper it is given what are the dangers of intoxication. So next day he told that tomorrow onwards I don't want. So wife became very happy. Okay, now at least he understood. Then he told, I don't want the newspaper anymore. So not only the scriptures, even newspaper or anything which is against our philosophy, we don't want to accept. But we need to read these scriptures again and again. Then only that avidya, that jaundice, when that is disappear, then the same thing will appear as the tasty. So that's why we need to read them again and again, because we can't understand by one reading or even by multiple readings also, because they need to reveal to us. Then only we can understand. Otherwise, if we read the newspaper, we understand everything. So this person made this many score in this many overs, or that place, so that much accident happened and this many people died. So we understand everything and we throw it in the dustbin. But scriptures are not like that. No one can say that I understood it completely, because even after multiple readings also, it is still one can't say that I understood it. So that's why we need to do our endeavor of reading them again and again. That's why Prabhupada, one devotee was telling, why to hear the same classes, same philosophy is repeated again and again. What is new in it? The one senior brahmachari is telling, new is, even after hearing so many times, we are not able to apply it. That is the new thing. And Prabhupada also, one of the person asked Prabhupada, so much repetition is there in your purports. Prabhupada repeated, still you are not able to understand. Then what can I do? So here we can see they are asking the Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga means deity worship in one sense in the 11th canto 27th chapter. But some other places also it is mentioned. It is meant for the mystic yogis. It is some kind of tantric worship which we relate the things in this material world to the limbs of the Supreme Lord. So that is whatever the vibhutis that we see in this world, that we map it to the Supreme Lord. So first of all, we see what is vibhuti. So bhuta means, bhuta doesn't mean ghost or something. Bhuta means existence. So material existence. And Brahma bhuta means spiritual existence. So vibhuta means special things in the material world. So we get attracted to so many things in this material world. So Krishna is telling all that is vibhutis means they are my energies. That is how Krishna describes in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna tells, among the horses, I am Uchchaishrava, among the elephants, I am Airavata. In that way, many vibhutis, we may feel that Krishna is a egomaniac person or what, why he is giving, I am that, I am this. But it is not like that. Krishna is, the context here is to make us understand that whatever is in this world is actually Krishna's energy, to give confidence in us. If some patient don't want to take the surgery from a doctor, doctor tells, and he want to go to some other doctor, then the doctor tells, you are planning to go to this particular doctor, he is also trained under me only. All these people are my students only. So you are getting attracted to something in this material world. Please understand that is actually a spark of mine only. Better you get attracted to me. So vibhuta means special attractive things in this world. So whenever we see those special attractive things, we can understand yadyad vibhuti matsatvam Srimad urjatameva. So please understand they are just one spark of me. So you get attracted to me. So in that way, vibhuti means special attractive things. Yoga means connection to Krishna. Vibhuti yoga means using the special attractive things in this material world to get connected to the Krishna. So that is one of the thing that is mentioned. If we see the Vedanta, they say matter is separate and spirit is separate. Reject the matter completely. So that's why they say neti, neti, neti. Even for every word they use na. Even for the philosophy also, Brahman also, they don't say it is one, eka. They say advaita. It is not two. You could have, then you can tell na it is one. No, if you tell one, then it is you are defining it. But Brahman can't be defined. So it is advaita, it is not two. So like that, matter and spirit are separate. But Bhagavat Vidhi means using the sound vibration to elevate our consciousness. So that is transcendental sound vibration like Hare Krishna mantra, reading the scriptures, hearing, chanting. Basically Bhagavata means hearing and chanting. And there is something called Tantra. Tantra means we can use the matter also to elevate our consciousness. So within the Tantra there are two types, right hand and left hand. Right hand is deity worship. If before the prana pratishtha is done, the deity is nothing but matter only. But once the prana pratishtha is done, then the deity is non-different from the Supreme Lord. So we are using the matter to raise our consciousness. That is the deity worship. Whereas left hand tantra, they say that every matter can be used. Right hand tantra say only certain matter can be used like deity worship, etc. But left hand tantra, all matter can be used. Woman, wine. So, but that is a degrading and tamasic. So here, Krishna is saying that I am. Here, Krishna is saying that the Saunakadi Rishis are saying, please describe this tantric worship, how these vibhutis in the material world are connected to the Supreme Lord. That's why we see in the rest of the chapter, Krishna mentions Bhumi, the earthly Bhumandal, it is actually the feet of the Lord. Or the sun god is the eye of the Lord. Moon god is the mind of the Lord. Basically the Virat Roop. And the Prajapatis, they are the genitals. And the demigods, they are the arms of the Lord. So here in the second verse it is mentioned how the limbs associates weapons, ornaments in terms of material representations. So in the ornaments, Kaustubha gem comes. Kaustubha gem is actually the pure spirit souls. All the souls in the material world, they are like the Kaustubha gem on the Virat Roop. And what are his garments? Vedas are his garments. What is his sacred thread? Om syllable is the sacred thread. And what is his throne? That is mode of goodness. And what are his weapons? The chakra is the fire, shankha is the water. So like that, whatever we see in this material world, they are connected to the Krishna's, Virat Rupa's limbs, ornaments and weapons. That is the Tantra worship, which is mentioned here. So if we see this Virat Rup, it is mentioned 3 times in the second canto and 2 times in the third canto. So many times Virat Rup is again and again described. In second canto, first verse, first chapter, and second canto, 6th chapter, and second canto, 10th chapter. 3 times Virat Rup is described, but the purpose is different each time. In the first chapter, the Virat Rup is mentioned. It is for the Ashtanga Yogi to meditate and give up his material attachments. For example, like he do the Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar. And if he is purified by this Pratyahar, automatically Paramatma manifests in his heart. But in case if the Paramatma is not manifested, he went through the 5 stages, then he need to meditate on the Virat Rup. And then he should purify his desires. Thus he can go to the liberation. So that is how the Dharanashraya for attached yogi, that is mentioned in the second canto, first chapter. He should meditate that Patala is the feet of the Lord, or nostrils are Ashwini Kumara, sun is the eyeball, and religion is his chest, irreligion is his back. In that way he meditate completely and he understand that mountains are the bones of the Lord, trees are the hairs of the Lord. By meditating in this way, he gives up his material enjoyment. If we are there in this world for a long time, we may forget. For example, we went to Pune for retreat. We were there staying in one devotee's bungalow. So since it is just 3 days, we may not forget we are here only. But if it is long duration and owner is absent, we may feel that this is actually my place. I am here to enjoy. But when we went to kitchen, there gracious photos of that Prabhuji's father, mother are there. Then immediately we remember, oh, this is not our place. We go to living room, many other photos are there. We feel that, oh, this is not our place. So similarly, this person also, sees whatever he sees in this material, oh, mountains are there, I should not get attached. These are the bones of the Supreme Lord. The trees are there. These are hair of the Lord. In that way, he slowly gives up. He slowly gets purified. And then he becomes eligible for the liberation. In the second canto, 6th chapter also, Virat Rup is described, but the purpose is different. First canto, it is Dharanashraya, just to meditate so that he can get purified. In the second canto, 6th chapter, the purpose is Lord is the material cause and the efficient cause of everything. For example, if we see the potter makes the pot, but he himself can't become the mud. He needs a mud from separately. So, but if we see the Lord, he, like a spider, it comes to make the web. It doesn't bring any construction material. It comes alone, and from it releases some kind of sticky substance and makes the whole web. He lives in it, and again he eats it. So Lord is also like that. Lord is also material cause. From him only all the ingredients comes. And efficient cause. He also makes the, so potter is only the efficient cause. He does not, he need to take mud from outside. But the Lord, materials also comes from him, and he himself makes the whole universe. To tell this particular point, in the second canto, 6th chapter, this Virat Rupa is described. So it mentions how from the Garbhodaksha Vishnu's tongue came the taste, Varuna, and all these things. Like that, the whole Virat Rupa is described in the second canto, 6th chapter. And in the second canto, 10th chapter also, the purpose is, it is the desire that drives the creation. So it is the, when the Lord desired, when the Garbhodaksha Vishnu desired, then appeared the, it describes the various things comes. Adhyatmika, Adidaivika, Adibhautika. Adidaivika means the sense devatas. We all have the senses. Each sense has a devata also. For example, eyes, sun god is the devata. For nose, Ashwini Kumaras. For the ears, Dig devatas. And like that, for each and every sense, for tongue, Varuna. So these sense devatas and the gross organs, subtle organs, gross organs are the whatever we are seeing, this Karna, Nasika, Aksha, these are the gross organs. Subtle organ are whatever is mentioned, Srotram, Chekshu, Sparshanam cha, Rasanam, Granam evacha. Whatever is mentioned, Srotram, Chekshu, Rasanam, Granam, they are all the subtle organs. Sometimes the gross may be very working, but the subtle is not working, then also a person can't see. That's why traditionally, sometimes we say, I am not feeling any taste, but the tongue is there. Why? Because the subtle organ is not there. Traditionally, in the Brahmana families, they every day morning they chant the Mitradev mantra. Mitradev is actually the who helps in removing the waste products from the body, and the Varuna mantra, that is who helps for taking the taste. So in that way, it is the desire. When the desire is there, that is what actually drives the creation. In that way, the Virat Rupa is mentioned in 3 times in the second canto, and 2 times in the third canto. Basically, these are the elements: Bhumi, Rapu, Analo, Vayur, Kam, Mano, Buddhi, Revacha. These 8 elements are enough for the creating this world. And when the 9th element that is added, the soul, that is called Nava. Nava means 9. So when we say Nava Kalevaram, or 9th, the newly born, Nava. So why it is Nava? Because the soul got added now. That is why it is called, or Navagruha. Means the house is made of the 8 elements. Now the soul is entering into that home. That's why it is called Navagruha. So we need to see this particular Virat Rupa, which is mentioned. What are the advantages of meditating on this particular Virat Rupa? So when we meditate on this particular Virat Rupa, we can understand that everything is coming from the Lord, and everything is the parts of the Lord. Like there is no separate vision is there, because if we see the Daksha Yajna, many places it is mentioned, because of separate vision, they are actually fighting. Nandishvara is cursing the Bhrigu and followers, and Bhrigu is cursing them. So this curse and counter curse, because 2 parties, we are separate and you are separate, and that's why. But if we see the Virat Rupa, everything is coming from the Lord only. Everything is in the limbs of the Lord. When one meditates on that, and when we feel that this person also belongs to me, then that fighting tendency will not be there. That's why when the children use abusive word also sometime to father or mother, they don't take seriously, because he is my son only. One day one boy is explaining that he prepared for CA for 2-3 times, he failed, and he is preparing again. And his sister, when she disturbs, he scolds her. So immediately, then she also becomes angry and he is preparing to fail one more time. So, but while telling me, he is feeling very happy, because my own sister told this, so I don't mind it. So if someone else, then it becomes a fight. So similarly, when we understand everything is coming from the Virat Roop only, everything is actually, we are all the limbs of the Lord, then that gives the, that reduces the enviousness. And similarly, in the Ishopanishad also it mentions so many contradictory terms are there, like tadejati, tannejati, taddure, tadantike. So he is very far, he is very near also. He walks, but he does not walk. He is in within everything, but he is outside everything. Such contradictory terms are there, so we can't understand the Lord using our ordinary intelligence. So there it is mentioned that one should see everything equal within this material world. Then one can be elevated to the platform of understanding the Lord. We can see how the Lord is there within everything. That is the as a super soul, and everything is within the Lord. So all the cosmos is within the Lord. That is what we saw. Yashoda Mai, when she opens, she sees everything within the Lord. Or Dhruva Maharaj, just as a 5-year-old boy, he is meditating, and he became so heavy. How much weight the 5-year-old boy will be there? But he became so heavy that when he want to change the leg, the earth started tilting one side and other side, like an elephant when it walks on a boat. The boat starts tilting. That is how, because he captured the Lord, and within the Lord is the whole universe. So that's why when he tried to change the leg, so we need to understand that see everything within this world with the equal vision. Everything is the Virat Roop. Then what is the happens? Na jugupsate. He does not hate anything. Na soka, na moha. For him there is no lamentation. So these are the various things. And also one can develop detachment. We have seen in the second canto, first chapter, how Dharanashraya. So he meditates, everything is the Ishavasya, everything belongs to the Lord. Otherwise we may see that it is not beautiful, it is not beautiful. If rose is there, rose is beautiful only. We can't say mentally it is not beautiful, it is not beautiful. But it belongs to whom? It does not belong to me. It belongs to Krishna. And as someone's quota it is given. So I should not accept someone's quota with that consciousness. Otherwise, everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. Then also we can take care of the Lord's world. So if we love someone, we try to protect the property of that particular person. Just as if the mother loves the child, and when there is rain, child's clothes are outside, mother immediately removes because he loves the child. And similarly, son also loves mother. He try to protect the property of the mother, like the Indra, he trying to protect the earrings of Aditi. So similarly, when we try to love Lord, and this world also belongs to Lord, we say Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. So then we try to protect this world also. Just as that's why there are two extremes. One extreme is they say the pastime of Prabhupada, how one yogini came and she want to invite Prabhupada, and Prabhupada told anyone like to stay in the toilet, get out of this place. So we need to, this material world is like a toilet, we need to do our business and get out from this place. And other place we see that Prabhupada somewhere some water is leaking, he goes and tries to save that water, saying that don't waste Krishna's energy. Both the things are there. So if we want to, if for those who are attached, Prabhupada is trying to elevate them, saying that there is something beyond. And those who want to go beyond, okay, you go beyond, but as long as you are here, take care of this world also. So that because it is the energy of the Lord. That is why it is mentioned over, if a purse is there on the road, one person he uses for his enjoyment. Second person he neglects and he walks away. It does not belong to me. Third person, he sees the ID card to whom it belongs, he try to give it. So that is the Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means this world belongs to the Lord and I will use it in the service of the Lord. So, but Yukta Vairagya also means repeatedly using it in the service of the Lord. It is not that sometimes I have a laptop, I make PPTs for some time for the Lord, and then sometime I use for my own sense gratification. That is not Yukta Vairagya. For example, if this conch shell is there, bell is there, that we can say it is Yukta Vairagya because it is repeatedly used in the Lord service. But if something is we are using in our own sense gratification also sometimes, then that is not Yukta Vairagya. So in this way, by trying to understand this Virat Roop, we can see that all the Varnas, all ashramas, everything is in the Lord's body only. Thus we need to respect everyone. May not be equal respect because on the body level it is not possible to give equal respect because there are Naradharma and then humans should be respected more. Among them also those who are kings should be respected. Then among that those who have good qualities, above that those who are Varna, Ashrama and the Bhakti, those who are doing Bhakti, they should be given the highest respect. So, but at least everyone's contribution should be valued, that is Varnashram. So by meditating on this Virat Roop, we'll get that. And also we understand that all are limbs of the Lord only. So no need to envy everything. Like the one guru is there, his two disciples, they are massaging the 2 feet and they are telling my feet is better and they want to hurt the other feet. And Guru told both are my feet, please don't hurt me. So similarly, everything is in the Lord's, so we should not feel envious of others. And living in since this world belongs to the Lord, as long as I am, we are here to live in a eco-friendly way, not using much plastic or anything, because it is the property of the Lord. If we try to love the Lord, we need to love the property of the Lord also, and using everything in the service of the Lord. That is what Utsaha in the Nectar of Instruction Prabhupada tells. Utsaha means using everything in the service of the Lord. He gives the example of dictaphone. And in this way, we can, we may no need to replace the Saumya Rupa. We can definitely meditate. We always should meditate on the Saumya Rupa of the Lord. But at the same time, if we have this understanding that everything belongs to the Lord and meditating as given in the, because this is the authorized form of, even this Virat Roop meditation also we can't imagine our own self. Whatever is given in the scripture, that we need to do. It is imaginary form, but a bona fide imaginary form we can't imagine as our own, as per our like. Whatever is given in the scripture, in that bona fide form, material world is there, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is there, and the mapping between this material world and Garbhodaksha Vishnu, that is actually the imaginary thing. That imaginary thing also should be bona fide way. So by meditating on that, one becomes purified. All these things may not be the angas of bhakti, like developing detachment from Virat Roop, or non-enviousness, or respecting everyone's contribution, but they are favorable for doing the sadhana bhakti. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any questions anyone have? Srila Prabhupada ki, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki.